Hi, my grade 11 students. Last chapter, we have discussed about profit and loss statement. In the profit and loss statement, we calculated net profit or net loss. You know, to calculate net profit or net loss, we consider about the annual income and annual expense of a business. Annual income, income. Subtract expenses, then we found net profit. If your expenses is more than income, there you can see net loss, right? That thing we have done in the last chapter. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about statement of financial position. Statement of financial position. Remember this. Single ownership business prepares two documents to complete their financial statements. In the first chapter, in this lesson, I introduced you. There are two documents to be prepared by a single ownership business to complete their financial statements. One is profit and loss statement. The other one is statement of financial position. Income and expenses are used to prepare profit and loss statements. There you can see net profit or net loss. Assets accounts, liability accounts and capital accounts are used to prepare statement of financial position. In grade 10, you have learned accounting equation lesson. In the accounting equation says total assets of a business should be equal to equity and liability value. Equity plus liability value. If you put your assets in one side, you think this side is assets, this side is assets. All the assets we can put in this side. Total value of the assets equal equity. The other word we can use here what? Capital. Same thing, right? Equity plus liability. I think you remember your accounting first lesson, right? Liability. Total assets of the business, total value of the assets should be equal to capital. It means equity plus liability of the same business. This is the basic concept. This basic concept we apply here to prepare statement of financial position. Why I say that? Remember, here we record only assets details, equity and liability details. It's like a statement, so that's why we say what? Statement of financial position. Actually, it says available assets of the business, value of the assets, how much the equity of the business, and how much the liabilities of the business. But remember, not just assets, we classify all the assets into two categories. How? Non-current assets, the others are current assets. Non-current assets are the assets that can be used more than 1 year. Simply we can give examples: land and building, vehicles, machineries, equipments, computers. Generally we purchase them and we can use them more than 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, like more than 1 year. All the assets what we can use more than 1 year, it comes under the non-current assets category. Okay. This other type of assets is current assets. Current assets are the short-term assets. Within 1 year, 12 months, they are changing time to time. What? Closing stock. Now you have, but next time it becomes money. Why? You sold it. Debtors, cash balance, bank balance. These are the current assets. Simply you try to understand, because after this slide, I'll explain deeply. We can practice some activities also to understand well about current assets and non-current assets. Not only that, current liabilities and non-current liabilities. Now you know, liability can be categorized. Liability can be categorized into two categories. The same non-current assets here, non-current liability. Current assets, they are current liability. Easy to remember. This side, non-current asset, they are non-current liability. Here, current asset, they are current liability. Right? Here, more than 1 year, if you can use them, they are non-current assets. They are more than 1 year, you can settle those liabilities more than 1 year. So that's why non-current liability. Within 1 year, within 12 months, you have to settle those liabilities. They are current liability. Example, this is long-term bank loan. Long-term bank loan. Long-term bank loan, right? The other one, current liabilities, creditors. Creditors, you have to pay them within 1 year, right? Before the 1 year. That's why we say they are the current liability. Actually, when I say this thing, you can understand now these kind of details to be included in statement of financial position. Now we move to the definition, right? Statement of financial position is a statement prepared by business including available assets, liabilities and equity for a specific date. You must remember this, specific date. Remember why I say specific date. Generally, profit and loss statement is prepared for a 1 year time, like for the year ended, like for the year ended, right? There we include all the income and expenses which are related to that current accounting period. But here you remember, we prepare this on specific date. Specific date means these details are changed in time to time. Remember this, right? Yeah, money. Now you have 2000 rupees. How much? 2000 rupees. Now you order your lunch and you spend for that 1000 rupees. Tell me now how much you have. 2000 minus 1000, how much? Now you have only 1000 rupees. Why? Cash is an asset. You had 2000 rupees. Now you spend 1000 rupees for your lunch. Then now you have only 1000 rupees. Within short time period, they are changing. So we can prepare a statement of financial position only for a specific date. We can't do for a 1 year time period. Why? Within 1 year, these details are changing. That's why. Okay. Now, again, look at here. What is the definition? What do you mean by statement of financial position? Statement of financial position is a statement prepared by the business, including available assets, liabilities, and equity for a specific date. You remember, in this statement of financial position, you never enter income and expenses. Income and expenses were used to prepare profit and loss statement. You know, we have main 5 accounts, 5 types of accounts in the accounting: assets accounts, expenses accounts, income accounts, capital accounts, and liability accounts. 2 out of this means income and expenses already used to prepare profit and loss statement. Now we have remain only 3 types of accounts: assets, capital and liability. We use them to prepare statement of financial position, right? Okay. Now, element of financial position. There are 3 elements, right? Assets, right? Assets, right? Then the other one is liabilities. I changed the color, right? It's okay now. Liabilities. The other one, equity. There are three elements of financial position. What are they? Assets, capital and liabilities. Capital means equity. Same thing, right? We give a word for this equity. Hereafter, if you want, you can use the capital. Same thing, huh? Capital. Capital. Right? That is capital. Next one. Now assets. Assets. Actually, what do you mean by assets? When I ask, now you know classification of assets also. How? Non-current assets and current assets. Actually, they are the resources, no? Assets are the resources. Land and building, resources. Money, resources. Bank money, resources. Debtors, resources. Why? We can collect money from that party. You have a computer, resources or not? Resources. Why you use that computer? You think now you use your laptop for your educational matters, right? Then using this laptop, you can manage your classes. You can learn the subjects through online. Actually, it's very useful to you, right? Now you think about this. Now you don't have computer, even you don't have a mobile phone. Can you conduct your educational activities now? No. Right? So remember, I took here only one example, right? Then this laptop will give more benefits to you. In future also you can use it. When you purchase this laptop, 1 year ago, 1 month ago or 2 months ago, right? Now you say, this is my laptop, right? Sometime your brother or sister fight with you. Why? To take laptop, to play games like that, right? So, remember, actually this laptop will give future economic benefits to you, right? Now you say, this is my laptop. Why you say, this is my laptop? Because you already purchased it before. In the past you have done. Before you purchase this laptop, this was in computer shop. Before you purchase this laptop, can you say that is my laptop? No, still not purchased. After purchasing that laptop, you can say this is my laptop. Remember, that's these incident will give more help to you to remember what is the definition of assets. Remember, this is the definition for assets. Resources. Resources that had arose as a result of past transaction. As a result of past transaction. 2 months ago you purchased. 1 year ago you purchased. 2 years ago you purchased. That's why we say arose as a result of past transaction. Controlled by the business. Controlled by the business. You control your laptop. Right? You control all other resources what you have. Controlled by the business. Why you control it? That future economic benefits inflow to the business. From this laptop, you can get more benefits in future. Right? Remember, when you give the definition for the assets, you must mention these 3 points. What are the 3 points? You mention it's the resources. That is controlled by the business. In future, economic benefits inflow to the business. Economic benefits inflow to the business. That's why we use. That's why we purchase. That's why we try to acquire some assets to our business. Right? Think about a motor vehicle. Lorry. Right? If you have a lorry to your business, you can deliver your goods island-wide. Right? After purchasing that lorry, you can say, this is my lorry. Then before, you can distribute more and more goods to island-wide. You can earn more benefits, more profits if you have a lorry. If you don't have it, you can't do. Right? Remember, assets are the resources controlled by the business which will give future economic benefits to you. Right? That is called assets. Right? Now, Assets are presented in the financial position in order to liquidity. Liquidity. What do you mean by liquidity? Liquid means like liquid, moving here and there, right? Liquidity. When you put some water to a glass, it gets shape of glass, right? When you put some water to any other jug or something like so, it gets that shape of that jug, right? Liquidity. Liquidity. Remember this. Liquidity means time duration which gets to convert a certain assets into cash with minimum losses. Remember, you have a land. You think it's in Court Tower, right? You purchase this land in the last week. You paid 50 lakhs to buy that land. How much? 50 lakhs. Okay. You think you are a businessman. You had extra money. So you purchased that land. Now you have a land in Court Tower which cost is 50 lakhs. What is your business? Your business is you conduct a retail shop. In a business, you have lot of stock which are ready for sale, right? You have 200,000 worth of stock in your business. Normally, weekly you purchase stocks from suppliers. Why weekly? You can sell it, right? Within 1 week, you can sell all the items that you have. Again, you repurchase from suppliers. Now, I ask a question from you, right? You can sell your land for 60 or 100 lakhs or you think 75 lakhs or to the same cost you can think, right? You can sell your land and also you can sell your available stock, right? Which one take a long time to convert into money? If you are going to plan to sell your land, you take a long time. Why? You want to put the advertisement. After that, more people come to visit your land and they want to check all the documents, right? Some people try to get bank loans to buy your land. It is a big process. It will take 2 months, 3 months, like sometime close to 6 months to finish this deal. But you remember, you have a certain amount of stock in your business. Sometime today morning you purchase that stock. Today evening you can sell it. Within short time you can sell that property. The time duration that you get to convert a certain assets into cash with minimum losses, that is called liquidity. I think you understood well, right? Liquidity means what? Time duration which gets to convert a certain assets into cash. If you are going to convert your land into cash, it will take more time. Then you sell your closing stock. Closing stock is the available stock, remaining stock in your business. Today you have some time, you can sell it tomorrow or day after tomorrow. It will take short time, right? Liquidity. Time duration which gets to convert a certain assets into cash with minimum losses. Example, closing stock is recorded first under the current assets. Under the current assets. Because it takes considerable time, right? Considerable time to convert into cash. But cash is recorded as last item under the current assets category because it has 100% liquidity. No time you have to take to convert money into money. Why? Money is money. 100% liquidity is there. But think about land. It takes a long time to convert into money. 100% liquidity has for cash. Right? When you write these details in the statement of financial position, you have to enter these details in order to liquidity. When we practice, it's very easy for you, right? Now, accounting period for Nadi cars, not many cars, right? These days, very famous song, no? Many came again, right? Not that one, Nadi cars business, right? Is from 1st of January 2020 to 31st December same year. As at 31st December 2020 or 21, right? The following assets existed. Closing stock. Yeah, end remaining stock 30,000. Land and building 280,000. Furniture 20,000. Trade debtors 45,000. Cash at bank 15,000. Machinery 60,000. Delivery motor vehicle 400,000. Cash in hand 80,000. Fixed deposits 50,000. This fixed deposit we used. We deposited those money for 5 years time. Long term more than 1 year. Fixed deposits, the other fixed deposit you deposited for 6 months period. Now we can classify these assets under the non-current assets and under the current assets category. Then you remember, non-current assets are the assets that we can use more than 1 year. That we can use more than 1 year. What are the examples? Land and buildings, vehicles, furniture, equipments, van, delivery vehicles, right? They are the non-current assets. Why we say the non-current assets? We can use them more than 1 year. They never change. Long-term assets. Current assets, within 1 year, 12 months, they are changing. Closing stock, now how much you have, next time it will become money. Right? Debtors, when they settle their money to you, the value change it. Within short time period, they are changing. Right? Receivable bills, bank money, cash, they are the current assets. Right? Now we can classify these assets into non-current assets and current assets category. Right? Okay. Now, remember, I scroll up the question, then down I can use to write the classification. Right? I think everyone can see well. Closing stock. One side I put this. One side I put current assets. The other side I put non-current assets. Here non-current assets. Non-current assets. Non-current assets. Right? Non-current assets. Then I write the name of the non-current asset. Then in front of this we write value. Then tell me closing stock. Current assets or non-current assets? Current assets. If you want, it's easy for you to mark them. Land and building, non-current assets. Right? Furniture also non-current assets. Trade debtors, current assets. Cash at bank, current assets. Machinery, non-current assets. Delivery motor vehicles, non-current assets. They all are, we use more than 1 year. Cash in hand, current assets. Fixed deposits, 5 years, non-current assets. But 6 years fixed deposits, current assets. Okay. Now, one by one we write and we put the values separately. Closing stock, non-current assets. Land and building. Land and, building. Land and building. Value how much? 280,000 on the top, we can put rupees, then easy. 280,000. Second one, furniture. Furniture also non-current assets. 20,000. Trade debtors goes under the current assets, so cash at bank also current assets. Machinery. Machinery. 60,000. Then delivery motor vehicles, right? I put here MV. MV means motor vehicle, right? Short word I use here. 400,000. Right? Then fixed deposit, 5 years. I want to say something here. How much the value? 50,000. Fixed deposit. $50,000. I put it here separately. I tell what is the reason for it. Now all the non-current assets finish. Then we get the total here. How much? 280 plus 20, 300,000. Right? 300 plus 400, 700. Then 760. Right? Down you can say fixed deposit. Actually it is 5 years, right? More than 1 year, no? But we write it separately. Then you add this. Tell me the total non-current assets. 810,000 like that. Now you have a doubt. Why? Why fixed deposit we record separately? Remember this. Non-current assets we can classify it into main two category again. Tangible assets and intangible assets. Tangible means you can see them. Physically you can see. Physically you can touch. Right? So, land and building, furniture, machinery, motor vehicles, computers, equipments, they are physically, you can see them physically. They have physically you can see them. You can touch them. But you remember, fixed deposit is not a physical thing, but it's an asset. Then that's why when you write non-current assets, if they have given fixed deposits, then investment, fixed deposit, these two are intangible non-current assets. Intangible non-current assets but intangible. So you never mention tangible assets and intangible assets in the same category, but they are the same category, non-current assets category. But when you write them, you write it separately. Right? Okay. Now here land and building 280,000, furniture 20,000, machinery 60,000, motor vehicle 400,000. The total tangible non-current assets 760,000, intangible non-current assets 50,000, the total non-current assets 810,000. This is the way. Okay, now we can see current assets details, right? Here I put current assets. Current assets. Current assets. Alright. Then you can see here, first one, closing stock 30,000, right? Closing stock 30,000. Closing stock 30,000. Then cash. Is it cash in hand or cash at bank? We'll see. Cash at bank 15,000, right? Cash at bank 15,000. Cash at bank 15,000. Then the next one, machinery, okay, cash in hand 80,000. Cash in hand 80,000. Cash in hand 80,000. Here fixed deposit FD, but they are the short term, right? 6 months one, so short term. Here cash bank, no, it should be cash at bank, right? Cash at bank. Now take the total current assets. How much? 80,000 plus 20,000, 100,000, 130, 145,000. Right? These are the what? This is the value of current assets. Above you can see value of the non-current assets. If you want, you can calculate the total assets. How do you calculate total assets? Current, non-current assets plus current asset. There you can see total assets. Total assets. Now next we go to your textbook activity, right? I think you all have textbook. Turn this activity, activity 5, under the statement of financial position lesson, right? You turn your pages via activity 5. Then we'll do the activity. The accounting period of the Sunimal's business starts on 1st of January 2020 or 2021 and ended 31st December 2020. As at 31st December 2020, the following balances are extracted. Then we classify these assets in which category? Non-current assets or current assets. Machinery and equipments, non-current assets. Right? Furniture also same, non-current assets. Closing stock, current assets. Trade debtors, current assets. Cash in hand, current assets. Motor vehicle, non-current assets. Cash at bank, current assets. Income receivable. Income receivable means income you can collect later, right? It's like debtors. Debtors also, they should pay money for you. Debtors we consider as current assets. Then income receivable also current assets. Now you can count how many non-current assets? 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 non-current assets and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 current assets. I'll do the answer under the question. It's easy for you. Why? When you see up, you can see the question. Down, you can see the answer. Right? Okay. Then show categorization of assets as current assets and non-current assets in an extract of a statement of financial position. Right? In an extract of a financial position. You know, in the previous example, we have practiced what are the current assets and what are the non-current assets. There, in that classification, you understood well how to classify current assets and non-current assets. In this activity 5, you can develop your knowledge, you can brush up your knowledge about non-current assets and current assets, and also you can understand here how to enter current assets and non-current assets in the statement of financial position. You have to record them according to the liquidity concept. Liquidity, you know, how long you take to convert a certain asset into cash with minimum losses. Right? Right? With minimum losses. Right? Then here we can classify non-current assets first. Then NCA means non-current assets, right? Machinery we write first. Why? Machinery we use more than 1 year time period. Machinery and equipments, no? Right? I put here machinery on, it's okay. Value is 185,000. Right? Then you can write furniture. If they have given land, we write land first, after that machinery. Why? To convert into money, land take more time, long time. But machinery takes a little time than when you compare with the land. Right? But in this question, they don't give us land. They have given machinery and equipment. So, it goes first. Then furniture comes down. Right? Furniture 25,000. Furniture 25,000. Right? Then the motor vehicles. Motor vehicles 340,000. Motor vehicles 340,000. Motor vehicles 340,000. There are only 3 non-current assets. Then you can get the total and it brings here. Right? Then 0, 0, 0, 5 plus 5, 0, say 1, then 8 plus the 2, 10, 14 and 15, say 1, right? Then 550,000. Okay. Now, I scroll up the screen, then we can pick the current assets detail, right? Closing stock 65,000. Closing stock 65,000. Closing stock 65,000. Right? See the second one. What is the other? Trade debtors 52,000. Trade debtors 52,000, right? Trade debtors means debtors, right? 52,000. Right? Then next one, Cash in hand 65,000. Cash in hand 65,000. Cash in hand means cash, right? You can write if you want only cash. 65,000. Right? Then next, cash at bank 40,000. Cash at bank 40,000. Cash at bank 40,000. Cash at bank 40,000. Right? Next one. Income receivable 16,000. Income receivable 16,000. Income receivable 16,000. We can erase here 52,000. Why? We write it again. 52,000. Then you can get the total. How? 0, 0 and 0, right? $18,000. 5 plus 7, then 7 plus 12 plus 6, 18,000. Sorry, 18 rupees. Then 6 plus 6, 12, 17, 18, 22, 23. Right? These are the total current assets. Above you can see total non-current assets. Then asset side finish. Then you can get the total of above 550,000 here. 238,000. Right? Here 8,000. Then 5 plus 3, 8,000. 788,000. Right? Now, this is the way of preparing statement of financial position. Only assets area. Only assets area. Right? Okay. Now we go to the next part. It is equity. Equity. Remember this. Asset side finish. Now equity. We'll see the definition. Assets that owes to the owners of a business is equity. Assets that owes to the owners of a business is equity. Remember, you can see there are a lot of assets in a business. Actually, some of them that you have purchased on credit basis. But you can see them inside in your business. You can use them. But the problem is this. That is not owed to you. Right? It's a liability. Remember this thing. Simply, total assets of the business. Total assets of the business. Total assets. Total assets. You think 100,000. When you see inside of your business, when we count, you can see 100,000 worth of assets, rupees, right? Actually, 20,000 you have obtained as a bank loan. That money you can see in the business. When you apply a bank loan, they have given 20,000 rupees for you as a loan. Right? Now that 20,000 money inside in the business, you can see. When you count all the assets, you can take that 20,000 money also. But the problem is, now you tell me, if your total assets value 100,000, even though your assets value 100,000, how much owes to you? Why? There are 20,000 rupees actually that you have taken as a liability. liability, right? Then in this 100,000 already included the money that you have taken as a loan. That 20,000 money is not owing to you. It's external party. How much your contribution? Total assets minus your liability. Then how much? 80,000 worth of assets owes to you. This is your equity. This is your equity. This is your equity. That's why it says assets that owes to the owners of a business is equity. Assets that owes to the owner. That owes to the owner. All the assets, according to this example, 100,000. But we can't say that 100,000 is your equity. Why? You have liabilities. The value is 20,000. Right? Then tell me how much your equity? 80,000. Assets minus liabilities, the remaining part of your ownership, it is equity. Now, the other example. The accounting period starts on 1st of January 2020 and ends on 31st December 2020. Capital asset 1st of January 150,000. Withdrawal cash 12,000. Withdrawal goods 8,000. Net profit for the period 50,000. Remember this. These are the transactions, these are the factors that are affected on equity. Right? Equity means capital. When the business earns income, your equity increases. Equity increases. If you want, you can write down these very important points, right? When the business pay expenses, equity decreases. Paying water bill, paying electricity bill, paying telephone bills, paying employee salary, right? The simple theory. When the business earn income, equity increases. When the business pays expenses, equity decreases. The other way, when the business owner reinvest money, again and again he or she invested resources, not only money. Sometimes the owner can reinvest his own vehicle, his own building to the business. Any resource, what is the owner put into the business? Equity increases. The other way, when the businessman withdraw money from the business, withdraw any other resources from the business, generally we give a word for it, drawings. When the business owner do drawings, equity decreases. Right? I think it's better if you can write down these important points. What is that? When the business earn income, equity increases. Paying expenses, equity decreases. When the business owner reinvest money, equity increases. Not only money, any other things, any resources, right? When the business owner do drawings or withdrawals, equity decreases, right? Using that theory, you can solve this question, right? Now, capital. At the beginning, capital they had how much? Capital they had 150,000. This is at the beginning, right? 1st of January, no? Right. 150,000. There are two withdrawals. Before the withdrawal, it's better if you can add something here. They have given not income, not expense, final result. What is that? Net profit. It's like income, no? Net profit. What happened to equity? Increases. Then during the year you earn net profit how much? Net profit. How much? 50,000. Now tell me your equity increased by 50,000. Your total capital, total equity 200,000. Okay. There are two withdrawals, cash withdrawal and goods withdrawal, but both are withdrawals, no? Right? So we call for it drawings. What is that? drawings. As a result of drawings, your equity decreases. $20,000. $180,000. It is the year-end equity. Year-end equity 180,000. 180,000. Okay. Right. Now we move to the next one. You can turn your textbook activity. It's activity 6. On 1st of January 20, Sudhir started a retail business of kids wear by investing 240,000 rupees in cash. Further, he has invested 30,000 worth of furniture and 300,000 rupees worth of his own built-in for the business. The business earned 360,000 worth of income and incurred expense of the 210,000 for the 6 months ended 31st 6/2020. You can put any year, right? During this period, Sudhir has withdrawn 18,000 in cash and 7,000 worth of kids wear from the business. Withdrawn means, it's called as drawings. These are the questions they ask. You are required to calculate the following. Capital asset 1st of January 2020. Profit earned during the period. Total withdrawals made within the period. Equity of Sudhir as at 30th of June 2020. You know this. When the business earn income, your equity increases. When the business pay expenses, your equity decreases. When the business owner reinvest money and any other resources to the business, equity increases. When the business withdraw money or any other withdrawals, not only money, any other resources, equity decreases, right? Now, we'll see how to do the question, right? Now, Sudhir started the retail business of kids wear by investing 240,000 in cash, 30,000 worth of furniture and 300,000 worth of his own built-in for the business, right? Not only money, as a businessman, you can invest any other resources. The all are called capital, right? Now, first we calculate initial capital, right? How do we calculate? See, then 240,000 cash invested, right? Then capital as at 1st of 6, right? What are the items he invested? Initially invested cash, right? You put rupees on the top, then it's easy. How much the money invested? 240,000, right? 30,000 worth of furniture, right? Then cash 240,000, right? How much the value of the furniture? Furniture value 30,000. He had his own built-in. The built-in value also we have to add this, right? How much the built-in value? 300,000 built-in, right? Then built-in also we can put here built-in 300,000, right? Okay. Now you get the total. How much? 240,000 plus 30,000 to 70,000. plus 300,000, then 570,000. 570,000 is initial capital, right? Initial capital. Profit earned during the period. You know how to calculate profit, right? If you know the income and if you know the expense in the same year, during the same year, the difference is profit. Now, when you read the question, you can find these details. Business earned 360,000 worth of 360,000, right? 360,000 worth of income earned, and the same period the expenses was to 10,000. Then 360,000 minus 10,000, then you can see the profit. Now we can find income 360,000. Expenses, you subtract expenses, it is to 10,000. You know this. Expenses every time we put in the brackets, then your profit is how much? 0, 0 and 0 here. Here also 0, 6 minus 1, 5. Here 1. 150,000 is the profit you earned. 150,000 is the profit you earned, right? Now the second answer also we found now. Now we go to the third one. Total withdrawals made within the period. Here, during this period, Sudhira has withdrawn 18,000. 18,000 in cash and 7,000 worth of kids wear. The total is the drawings. Withdrawals, it means drawings. Now, we can find the drawings here, right? Drawings means withdrawal, right? Drawings. Drawings. He withdraw cash, how much? And he withdraw kids wear. Stocks, drawings and cash drawings, right? Now, we can find the values they have given us in the question, right? 18,000 rupees, 7,000 kids wear. 18,000 rupees, yeah, 18,000 rupees, right? How much the value of the stock they have withdrawn? 7,000. Then how much? Total withdrawals? 25,000. What is the finally they ask? Finally they ask capital as at end of the period. Capital as at end of the period. How do we calculate? Remember, at the beginning capital was 570,000. Capital asset first of 6. How much? We found it. How much? 570,000. 570,000, right? 570,000, we put it here. Now you know the theory, my students. When the business and income equity increases, when the business pay expenses equity decreases. At the beginning, we found now equity 570,000. From income we subtract my expenses. Then we have net profit. Then net profit you can add it here. Profit you can add to this profit. Right? Profit 150,000. Profit 150,000. Then you add these two, right? Then 0, 0 and 0. Here also 0. 7 plus 5, 12. Say 1, 7, 20,000. Now from this you can subtract what? Drawings. Total drawings. Drawings. We already found it. How much? 25,000. What we do now here? Here you subtract. Right? Then how much? Here 20 minus 25. Then 695. 695 is the capital asset. Capital asset. Thirtieth of June. Right? Now, again I'll revise all the answers what we have found now. Right? The question is this. What is the question? Question given us. Sudhir started the retail business of kidswear by investing 240,000 in cash. Further, he has invested 30,000 worth of furniture and 300,000 worth of kids' own building for the business. His own buildings, right? His own building, right? This total is called what? 240,000 cash. Furniture 30,000, 300,000 building. Total equity 570,000. Finally, they say what? During the year, their total income 360,000, expenses 10,000, right? Then here you can see profit 150,000. There are two drawings, cash drawings and stock drawings, right? Cash drawings are given here 18,000. Stock drawings 7,000. The total drawings 25,000. Referring these details, we can find end of the period how much the capital, how much the equity. At the beginning capital 570,000, profit you added to this, then 720,000. Drawings is there 25,000, you minus it, then you can see, yeah, capital asset 30th of June, it means end of the period 695,000, right? Okay. Now liabilities. Now you know assets. Now you know liabilities. Still don't know. Going to learn, right? You know the equity. Equity and assets finish. Now liabilities. You know liabilities we break into two categories. How? Non-current liabilities and current liabilities. Non-current liabilities and current liabilities. Non-current liabilities are the long-term liabilities. You can take more than 1 year to settle them. Long-term bank loan. Mortgage loan also we can mention under the non-current liability. What do you mean mortgage loan? Mortgage loan means you can apply a bank loan, just bank loan, it is bank loan, right? Mortgage loan means to get money, you have to give your property. Sometimes your land or your building or your vehicle, right? You have to give to the bank and they will arrange bank loan facility for you. If you are unable to pay your bank loan, they will take your vehicle or the relevant property to the bank, right? That is called mortgage loan. Mortgage loan also considered as non-current liability. Okay. Now, liability. We'll see what is that. Payable that had arose a result of past transactions is called liabilities. Then liabilities we break into two categories. Non-current liabilities, long-term liabilities, current liabilities, short-term liabilities, right? Bank loan, long-term bank loan, right? Right, example. Here, creditors, debtors current assets, creditors current liability. Debtors should pay money for us. Creditors, we have to pay money to them, right? Now again, you see the definition. Payable that had arose as a result of past transaction is called liabilities. In future, we have to settle, when we are going to settle them, our economic resources outflow from the business. But when we define an asset, economic benefits inflow, when we talk about liabilities, economic resources outflow, right? Now, there's another activity. The liabilities of a business asset 31st December 2020 are given below. Trade creditors, creditors, current liability or non-current liability? Current liability, right? Current liability. Rent payable, receivable is current assets, any payable thing, current liability. Bank loan payable in 3 years, more than 1 year, then non-current liability, non-current liability. Insurance expense payable, any payable expense, current liability, right? Current liability. Loan interest payable, payable, current liability. Mortgage loan payable in 2 years, mortgage loan, I told it to you, mortgage loan, non-current liability. Not the non-current assets, it should be non-current liability, right? NCL, not the A. Now there are how many non-current? 1 and 2. What are they? Bank loan and mortgage loan. All others current liability. Now we can classify them. Under the current liability category and non-current liability category. First we write what? Non-current liability. Here non-current liability, NCL, right? What are they? Bank loan, bank loan. The other one, what? Mortgage loan. Mortgage loan. How much the bank loan? 50,000. 50,000. Mortgage loan 30,000. How much the total of non-current liabilities? It's 80,000. 80,000. Okay. Now current liabilities. Current liabilities. All other liabilities given in the question. Current liability. Now we see the first. Trade creditors 25,000. Trade creditors means creditors 25,000. 25,000. What's the next one? Rent payable. Any payable, right? Payable. Rent payable. Rent payable, how much? 8,000. Next one, bank loan payable 3 years, non-current liability. Insurance expense payable 4,000. Insurance expense. How much? 4,000. Insurance expense 4,000. Insurance payable. Insurance payable. 4,000. Next one. Loan interest payable 6,000. Loan interest payable 6,000. Interest payable. Interest payable. Interest payable 6,000. Not the 4,000, it is 6,000. Now you can get the total of the current liabilities. How? 6 plus 4, 10, right? Then 10 plus 25, 35. 35 plus 8,000, 43,000. Your total current liability value 43,000, right? You can see above non-current liability total 80,000, right? 80,000 plus 43,000 is total liabilities. 123,000 total liabilities. Total liabilities. Total liabilities, right? Now we move to the question and answer again, right? Remember, at the beginning, non-current liabilities we have written bank loan, right? More than 1 year, 50,000. Mortgage loan, 30,000. The total 5 plus 3, 80,000, right? Now, current liabilities, creditors, rent payable, insurance payable, interest payable, all the payable expense, any payable expense liability, 25,000, 8,000, 4,000 and 6,000, right? Then how much? 43,000 is the current liability total, right? After that, current liability plus non-current liability, total liabilities, it is 123,000. Now activity 7, you can turn your textbook now, right? Everyone turn your textbook and you do with me this question. It is activity 7. Madhushan has obtained a bank loan of 480,000 which is payable annually in 5 years, right? You can pay within 5 years, not less than 1 year. It is more than 1 year non-current liability, right? This business has creditors 60,000. Creditors, you know, current liability. Accrued employee salaries. Accrued employee salaries mean accrued water bill, accrued electricity bill, accrued telephone bills, right? Accrued means still not paid by cash. In future you have to pay, right? Payable thing. Accrued employee salary means payable employee salary, current liability, right? 9,000. And accrued telephone expense is payable telephone expense, 4,000, that one also current liability. Show the categorization of liability as current and non-current in extract of statement of financial position. Extract of financial position means how to enter these details in the statement of financial position. Here actually they don't expect the full format of the statement of financial position. Where you can record, only that area you can show, right? Now here I use some columns, right? Then you see I draw 2 columns. In the one column I put 1 by 1 values. Total we bring to the second column, right? Here rupees, on the top you write rupees, right? Statement of financial position, SOFP, statement of financial position, statement of financial position, right? Then here they don't give us the date, so no need to mention the date, right? But you classify liabilities how? On the top we write non-current liabilities. After that we can write current liabilities. It is the procedure, right? How many non-current liabilities in this case, right? First one is bank loan. B loan means what? Bank loan. B loan means bank loan, right? How much? 480,000, right? 480,000. Only one non-current liability, 480,000. We can put it here. If they have another non-current liability, you can write under this and you can add total. It brings to the second column because here only one. If you want, you can write directly 480,000 in the second column. But I put it here. I draw a line. I bring it to the second column, right? You think like this, if they have given mortgage loan 20,000, 490,000 we write here, mortgage loan 20,000, then 500,000 we bring to the second column here because only one, so we directly bring the same answer to the second column, right? Now, business has trade creditors 60,000. Trade creditors means creditors. If you want, you can write trade creditors. Creditors is enough, right? Creditors. How much? 60,000. Now, accrued employee salary. Accrued employee salary, right? Accrued employee salary. E-salary means employee salary. I use short words here, right? How much? 9,000. Okay. Then accrued telephone expense. Accrued telephone expense. Accrued telephone T expense. Actually, this is payable telephone expense, payable employee salary. How much? 4,000. Only these are the details given. Now, what do you do? You add these all. How much? 69,000. Right? Then 73,000. 73,000 is the total current liabilities. 480,000 is the non-current liabilities. All the liabilities you add and total liabilities we can find now. How you add these two? Right? 0, 0 and 0. Right? Here 3,000. 5. 553. These are total liabilities. Total liabilities. 3,000. Now, this is the method of preparing statement of financial position with liabilities, right? Liabilities only two categories, non-current liabilities and current liabilities. Separately, you can record in the first column. The total you can bring to the second column. In the second column, you can see only the total of the non-current liabilities and total of the current liabilities. If you want to calculate the total liabilities, what you do? In the second column, all the details you add and down you can write total liabilities. Today, you have learned about assets and liabilities and equity, right? Now you know how to classify liabilities, non-current liabilities and current liabilities. How to classify assets, non-current assets and current assets, right? After that, equity. Then I'll give a summary question to practice you, including all the details what you have learned today, right? Everyone write down in your writing book. This is a new activity, right? Write down land and building. This is, remember this details is extracted from a business as at 31st December 2020. 31st December 2020. The business name is John T, right? Then remember John T's business, right? John T's business. John T's business. John T's business. John T's business. Assets. Equity and liabilities. Liabilities. Asset 31st December 2020. Right? These are the details, right? everyone write down these details, right? Everyone write down these details. Land and building. Land and building. Land and building. Right? Land and building 200,000. Value is 200,000. Right? The next one is motor vehicle. Right? Motor vehicle. Motor vehicle. Motor vehicle value 300,000. 300,000. Right? Motor vehicle value 300,000. Then the other one is debtor. Debtor. How much? 50,000. Write down. The other one, closing stock. Closing stock also how much? The same amount, same value, 50,000. Now you can see here, there are two non-current assets. There are two current assets also, right? You have to enter these details in the statement of financial position under relevant category, right? I'll give more details. The assets side finish. Now liability details, right? Before the liability, I can give capital and net profit. Capital and net profit. I'll give capital. Yeah, right? Capital 150,000. Capital 150,000. During the year, net profit they earned. Net profit 50,000 also given. Right? Now, there are some liabilities. What are they? Bank loan 200,000. Bank loan. Bank loan 200,000. Right? Remember, it is 2-year bank loan. 2 years bank loan, right? You have to settle within 2 years. It means non-current liability. Right? Creditors are given 100,000. 100,000. Right? Payables. Any payables, right? Payables. Payables also 100,000. The question is this. These are the details given. Here I have given 2 non-current assets, 2 current assets. Right? Then liabilities are given 1 non-current liabilities, 2 current liabilities. In addition to these 2, I have given you capital and net profit. What you want to do now? You have to enter these details in the statement of financial position. You know very well now, according to the accounting equation, your total assets should be equal to capital plus liabilities. Capital plus liabilities. Okay. Now, you draw a statement of financial position. You draw a statement of financial position to enter these details, right? With 2 columns. Now you think this is the statement of financial position. This is the statement of financial position, right? Statement of financial position. On the top we write non-current assets. Right? Statement of financial position as at 31st December 2020. Remember, you had to write the name of the business also. But here, actually, I focus you how to enter the details in the statement of financial position. In the next activities, we can complete how to record the name, how to record the time period and everything I include in the next activities. But here I want to guide you how to enter the details in the statement of financial position according to the proper order, right? Now you remember, when you draw a statement of financial position, on the top we write non-current assets. On the top we write non-current assets. After that we write current assets. Current assets. Right? Then you pick the details. You take the details. What are the assets, non-current assets given? There are two. What are they? Land and building and motor vehicle. Right? Land and building and motor vehicle. Land and building and motor vehicle. Then land and building. Land and building. And building. Land and building value is given in this question how much? 200,000, you put it here. The other one is motor vehicle, right? Motor vehicle, you see in the question above I have given 300,000. 300,000 motor vehicles are given. Then total non-current assets is 500,000. 500,000. Okay. Now we can take the details from current assets area, right? Under the current assets, there are two. What is that? Debtors and closing stock. Debtors. Debtors and closing stock. Debtors 50,000. Right? The other one is closing stock. Closing stock is remaining stock, end stock. That one also 50,000. How much the total of current assets? 100,000. 100,000. Okay. Now remember, in this business, total assets value is how much? 600,000. 500,000 plus 100,000, 600,000. That side finish. That side finish. Remember, according to the accounting equation theory, your total assets should be equal to capital plus liabilities. In this question, I have provided capital and liabilities also. Right? Then we can expand this statement of financial position to enter capital details and liability details. Right? Now you see here how to expand this. Right? Then we can expand the statement of financial position. Remember, in this area, we are going to record what? Capital and liabilities, right? Capital and liabilities. Now, asset side finished, then capital. Capital. The same question given what? Net profit also. Net profit we have to add to this. Net profit. Right? How much the capital given in this question? 150,000. 150,000. How much the net profit? 50,000. Then total value of the capital how much? 200,000. 200,000. Assets equal capital plus liabilities. There are two types of liabilities: non-current liabilities and current liabilities, right? Only one non-current liabilities, it is bank loan. How much? See, 200,000. I put it here. Every time in the previous question also I put it here. If you want, you can bring directly to the second column because only one liability is given here. If they have given two liabilities, one by one we write here and total we bring to the second column. Here we draw a line and we bring the value to the second column. Right? Now, current liabilities. Right? Current liabilities. Creditors, 100,000. 100,000. Other payables, right? Payables I have given 100,000. 100,000. Then this value also we bring to the second column. Here how much? 200,000. Now 200,000 capital plus net profit. Liabilities, current liabilities 200,000. Current liabilities 200,000. Non-current liabilities 200,000. Current liabilities 200,000. How much the value now? 600,000. Now you see here, under the assets area you got 600,000. Under the capital and liability area you got the same value, 600,000. The theory again you remember, this is the theory. What is the theory? Yeah, assets should be, total assets of the business, assets should be equal to what? Capital plus liability. Asset, yeah, total assets 600,000. Right? Then, yeah, liability how much? 400,000. Here 200 and 200, 400. Then capital you got how much? 200,000. Right? Assets 600,000, capital 200,000, liability 400,000. This is the basic theory of statement of financial position. Right? Now, in this chapter, we have discussed about non-current assets and current assets, non-current liabilities and current liabilities, and capital, and how to enter these all details in the statement of financial position. Now you have basic knowledge about statement of financial position. In the next chapter, we discuss about financial position, full format, and how to enter the details in the statement of financial position. Okay? Then I am going to finish this chapter. In the next chapter, we discuss more questions. Be safe, stay at home. Bye.